can say that Donald Trump has been tougher on crime and tougher on international terrorism than any president in American history. I imagine that brings you a lot of satisfaction and pride as director of America's foremost law enforcement agency. Recently, President Trump conducted very strategic and important strikes on Iran's nuclear apparatus in that country. We also know that there are concerns of significant Iranian sleeper terrorist cells here in the U.S., perhaps exacerbated by the open border during the Biden administration. What can you tell Congress and the American people about what the FBI is doing to safeguard us from potential terrorist attack by Iranian cells?
So our counterterrorism division, which is fully stocked up, watches for reflections in the intelligence streams that our intelligence community collects and produces, and works hand in glove with our partners at the CIA and elsewhere to make sure that any threat, even if it's hearsay, double hearsay, triple hearsay, or totally incredible, is not only fully run down, but we also take our duties to notify and give defensive briefings to those who are mentioned in those intelligence reports to make sure that we do both our notification obligation and our investigatory obligation.
Thank you. The FBI is also the foremost counterintelligence apparatus here in the U.S. We know the U.S. faces a more complex threat of global, more complex array of global threats than any time perhaps World War II or even superseding that time. As America continues to be...
No one else has the authorities to do it, and even if they did, they don't have the capabilities to do it. And the CIA mission has to be headquartered in Washington, but have far-reaching capabilities because we have to face against our adversaries in the DPRK, in Russia, China, Iran, and elsewhere. And in order to do that, we have to have dedicated intelligence knows that our adversary is A, attacking us, and B, we're stopping them.
Watch it on Rumble, baby. Better anyway. Fuck YouTube. Also, better quality here.
In the PRC by 33%, in Russia 83%, in Iran 60%. We are showing the world that they are trying to engage in espionage activities against us, and we are holding them accountable publicly.
And there's been increasing concern about the Maduro regime of Venezuela, both their potential support of terrorist activity, criminal drug networks, and potential espionage entities here within the U.S. What can you tell us about your activities regarding the Maduro regime of Venezuela?
Generally speaking, one of the largest transshipment points and shipment points for narcotics out of South America, Colombia, obviously, and also Venezuela, is being utilized heavily by the narco traffickers to send up cocaine, meth, and fentanyl, and excuse me, all the other illegal narcotics through the island chains in the Caribbean Ocean and ultimately for America. So there has to be more work done in the region to stop those navigable waterways from being traversed with drugs bound for America.
And finally, Mr. Director, what is the one thing that Congress could most do in terms of passing a law to best support the FBI in making America safer and more secure?
Get us more authorities to get online, to get onto social media companies, gaming platforms, have legal access, and also have private partnerships with the FBI of those companies and allow them to report into us on a daily basis. There is no human being or AI system on Earth that can go out there and cover down on the threat in those theaters. And so we need the assistance, and we need more authorities, and we need the private sector to double down.
Well, thank you very much for all you're doing, all the men and women of the FBI are doing to keep us safe, and I yield back.
I mean, they can already do that. They have law enforcement portals that you can go ahead with these social media companies where they literally put you to the front of the line if you got a search warrant. Guys, smash that like button if you guys are watching on YouTube. All right, smash that like button. We'll watch this a little bit longer, then we're going to get into some of the other news as well. But Kash Patel is live right now for those of you tuning in, testifying at the Judiciary Committee. Congressmen and women asking him questions on a bunch of different topics.
First, I am glad I don't have your job. And second, I am glad you do. Thank you for being willing to step up and serve in this role. I'd like to plow a little bit of ground that we've not spent a lot of time on so far and explore. You mentioned, and I'm well aware of your strong commitment to partnering with state and local law enforcement authorities. Obviously, one of the missions is in the counter-drug space. Another is in the forensic laboratory space, where both you and a lot of local and state agencies cooperate in terms of evidence analysis. From the state side, programs such as the HIDA programs, very, very important in counter-drug, such as the Coverdell grants, very, very important in maintaining state laboratory capacities. Would I be correct in concluding that if we are able to maintain robust funding for those types of programs, including both Coverdell and HIDA, that would contribute to the safety of the United States and to your mission?
Absolutely.
Director, you have talked a little bit about some of the counter-drug work that you've been doing. One thing we haven't talked about yet, the President, in one of his first actions upon taking office back in January, designated a number of the cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. That's not just a paper transaction. I believe the list has been expanded since those first actions. In terms of America's military engagement with the cartels abroad, in terms of our intelligence engagement with them abroad, that designation has had real meaning and has affected some of the thinking and approaches of our military and our intelligence community. Can you talk a bit about how that designation might be affecting or should be affecting the FBI's approach to dealing with the domestic activities of the cartels?
The simple way to analogize it is after 9/11 and the manhunt for the foreign terrorist organizations overseas in places like Afghanistan and Iraq, the FBI received certain authorities to go out there and dedicate a mission to go after them both lawfully and investigatorially and collect evidence and provide it to our agency partners. Once the foreign terrorist organization designation was labeled over to the Mexican drug cartels, we can now do that here, and in Mexico, and in Colombia, and in Venezuela, and anywhere else they are. And so that's the best analogy I have. What we're able to do is take our counterterrorism platform, traditionally used for global terrorist manhunting, and bring it into this hemisphere against a very real threat, which is the drug traffickers, and they are foreign terrorist organizations. So we just have so many more resources and authorities now directed at them.
So, for example, Director, in the regions, from the vantage point of local law enforcement, there are structures that have historically handled those partnerships separately. HIDA, for example, is an example on the drug trafficking side. The JTTFs are an example on the terrorism side. How is the thinking evolving in terms of on a regional basis, either merging or not merging those structures now that the targets in many ways are merged?
So the JTTFs are kind of our forward operating base across every single state in this country to take on that mission. And anytime you're labeled a foreign terrorist organization, you come right under the authorities of the JTTF, the task force officers, and the state and local level police work that gets done in those JTTFs. And the Homeland Security Task Force layer on top of that, I think 25 or 30 across the country, specifically working with DHS and Secretary Noem to go after the drug trafficking foreign terrorist organizations because they have unique capabilities and authorities dedicated to that mission. And so that's the beauty of the HSTFs.
Let me ask you an adjacent question, Director. I noticed in your written testimony, I don't think we've talked about it yet, you brought to our attention an expiring authority. It's in 6 U.S.C. 124N with respect to counter-UAS drones. You point out that authority expires in statute at the end of this month, and you impressed upon us your interest in seeing it extended in some manner. Can you talk a little bit about the FBI's role in counter-UAS work over American airspace? I represent a district that's going to host some of the FIFA World Cup activities coming up. We're obviously very interested in security, and there are limits on what our state and local authorities have the capacity to do or what our military has the capacity to do once the threat is domestic.
So it's critically important. Both the FBI and DHS have those capabilities. I'll speak to the FBI, of course, only. And you raised the World Cup, and that's exactly what we need it for. The Club World Cup, which just happened, was 32 games in at least a dozen different cities across the country, the largest sporting events consecutively in American history. And we used our counter-drone capabilities to not only...
Turn the volume up for you guys. I know some of you guys said that the volume's low. I got you guys. Looking real quick at some of these chats. Kuma says, this is from the Kirk assassination. It looks like a gunsling. Okay. BFD says, if your broke ass got money, match this chat pussy, your girl probably checked your card statements. What the fuck? Okay. Guess he's talking shit to somebody. IA says, not that I believe Israel did it or that Nick is Mossad all of a sudden, but it was unusual how we similarly dismissed the claims surrounding intervention. It said Bill Ackman successfully refuted Candace Mack's Tucker. Well, he's saying that Ackman came with a very detailed timeline. That's what he was saying. And he wants Candace to release the evidence that she has. He wants her to release the BB letter. R-Dub says, with respect to Saudi, Iran, and Pakistan meetings, yes, with respect to Israel, there are expensive and extrapolatory consequences as it pertains to inevitable war with Iran. Yeah, I mean, look, bro, the Saudis are paper tigers. So are the Qataris. All the Gulf states are cucked. Okay? It's an ugly truth. They just are. They don't have any real power. They just have money. The United States controls them and responsible for their power and responsible for their protection. Qatar getting bombed was a big red pill for them. And they realized that, quite frankly, even the United States can't protect them against Israel. Why? Because Benjamin Netanyahu is insane. He enjoys an incredible amount of protection from billionaire Zionists who are Trump's donors. And quite frankly, Israel cannot, the United States cannot control Israel. They just can't. And there's been many different examples of this, of how the United States has failed to reel in cowboy and reckless foreign policy by the Israelis. My ball says, these niggas on YouTube should just all do the $1 sign up if they don't like the show. They can just stop watching, then it's only $10 a month. Penny pinchers, yeah, it's real cheap, bro. Hi, Myron, AI architect here. How can I reach out to propose Castle Club AI course content? Head up fresh. Jazzy Tar Heel, kids these days don't understand how good DK64 was. Yep, that's facts. Joshua, welcome to the OSS. Naval Aviator says, the majority of Marine and Naval aviators I have met are base as fuck, especially on the subject of them boys. Even some that watch you, it's going to be a weird vibe in the ready room if we have to go to war for Israel again. I hope not, bro. I pray we don't. Oh no, the monkey villain from Hunger Games back. You know it. Officer Tatum said during his first Charlie video that they asked him to step in for Charlie. Tatum, a black, non-American Zionist, Jay, would be perfect for them. You have to debate with him before that happens. Like Tatum don't want him to be next. Yeah, I mean, we were supposed to debate this week, bro. But sorry, we were supposed to debate last week, obviously. But you guys know what happened. Red X says, yeah, time schedules, you need to sleep. No, I slept, bro. I'm awake. Don't worry. Will you go over the theory about the coded messages Tyler sent his roommate / person? Yeah, we will. We will. Let's get back to the hearing.
Respect and secure.
And there are people across this country who are losing their jobs for far less than this. And that, by the way, is a just response to acceptance and tolerance of political violence. It's amazing to me that the political left today, who were the originators and the cheerleaders of cancel culture, now have the backbone to attack conservatives for defending their assassinated friend. But there's a key difference here. Democrats want to silence conservatives for speaking obvious, self-evident ontological truths like that men aren't women and men can't get pregnant. That seems pretty basic. That seems like a basic truth that we should all be able to agree on. Republicans, by contrast, are recognizing that a constitutional republic depends on the free and open exchange of ideas that we can debate without violence, and that assassinating a political rival is evil, it's wrong, and it should not be glorified or promoted or justified in any way, including in the way that Congresswoman
Shift Podcast with the 20 gifted subs. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate that greatly. Shift Podcast, man. Down to Marco for you, bro. Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate that, dude. Appreciate that greatly. A bunch of you guys that are watching on Rumble should be able to watch without some ads now because of the Shift Podcast. Thank you, dude.
Ilhan Omar did. So, Mr. Patel, thank you again for being here. I'd like to, with the remainder of my time, just get your opinion. Does the FBI recognize the rising threat of political violence in America, and what can you guys do to address it?
Yes, we do, and what we can do to address it, Congressman, is we need to get online partnerships with these companies in the public space, on these gaming sites and on these social media sites. As I was saying earlier, there is no way to triage the amount of information generated on these sites by the FBI alone. And we need the public-private partnership. And there's another law that's expiring, I think, at the end of this month, which I believe we need renewed, that allows private sector companies to report into the FBI without liability for criminal investigatory purposes. And that's the kind of stuff we need to keep going.
Got it. Thank you, Director Patel. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Gentleman yields back.
Mr. Chairman,
Gentleman from Arizona.
I have some UCs.
Gentleman to state his request.
Thank you. The first one is a piece entitled Review of Domestic Terrorism After Kirk's Murder Shows Biden Politicized Issue, the Intel, and Fudged the Data.
Without objection.
Thank you. Make a motion to table.
Oh, no, we got to recognize the ranking member for his motion.
It's just a UC request.
The gentleman's recognized for a UC request.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Shift Podcast, another 20, man. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. On Rumble.
This is the ADL report issued February 21, 2025, titled
ADL, here we go.
Murder and Extremism in the United States in 2024, concluding that for the third year in a row, every single extremist-related murder in the United States in 2024 was committed by right-wing extremists, 8 of the 13 involving white supremacists and 5 having connections to far-right anti-government extremists.
Without objection. Gentlelady from Pennsylvania is recognized for unanimous consent.
Yes, thank you. I have a couple articles here. First is a New York Post article, July 17th, 2025. Democratic Senator Ron Wyden claims big Epstein file full of actionable information locked in Treasury Department drawer.
Without objection.
This is The Guardian, May 18th, 2023. Deutsche Bank agrees to pay $75 million to settle Jeffrey Epstein lawsuit.
Without objection.
This is Fox Business, September 10th, 2025. JP Morgan processed over $1 billion for Jeffrey Epstein despite internal concerns over sex offender status.
Without objection.
And New York Times, Bank of America flagged suspicious payments to Epstein only after he died.
Without objection.
Okay, and I also have a motion, Mr. Chair.
The lady was recognized. We're going to come back to the motion I thought was made by Mr. But I want to dismiss our witness.
I think I need
Could we do the motions before he goes?
What,
The one, I just wanted to press the motion I originally
yeah,
had.
we're going to bring that up. Is that what this is?
four
Are you-
banks.
Are you doing that?
No, this is another motion.
Okay, well, I'm going to recognize first the gentleman because we held that motion in advance.
I've got a,
Gentleman from
I still have the UC, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So look, there are 4 banks, JP Morgan, Bank of New York, Bank of America, and Deutsche Bank.
Yeah, but the gentleman can state his motion.
Yeah, but the motion is to subpoena the CEOs of these 4 banks to bring in all records relating to their relationship to Jeffrey Epstein and to produce all records reflecting it. These 4 banks have flagged to the government $1.5 billion in suspicious transactions relating to the sex
Chairman, I move the
trafficking crimes.
table.
Mr. Diamond just released a statement saying he would be
Chairman,
happy to
motion-
comply.
Mr. Chairman, he doesn't need
The
the,
motion to table, the motion offered by the gentleman from Maryland, the motion to table is not debatable. The question occurs on the motion to table. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no.
No.
Opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The motion is tabled.
I'd like a recorded vote if we could, Mr.
Recorded vote being requested. The clerk will call. Well, we got to get the clerk here. Oh, the clerk's right here. Wonderful. Clerk
Mr.
will call the
Jordan?
roll. Yes.
Mr. Jordan votes yes. Mr. Isa? Mr. Biggs? Mr. Biggs votes aye. Mr. McClintock? Mr. McClintock votes aye. Mr. Tiffany? Mr. Massey? Mr. Roy? Mr. Roy votes aye. Mr. Fitzgerald? Mr. Klein? Mr. Klein votes aye. Mr. Gooden? Mr. Van Drew? Mr. Nels? Mr. Nels votes yes. Mr. Moore? Mr. Moore votes yes. Mr. Kiley? Ms. Hageman? Ms. Lee? Mr. Hunt? Mr. Fry? Mr. Grothman? Mr. Grothman votes aye. Mr. Knott? Mr. Knott votes aye. Mr. Harris? Mr. Harris votes aye. Mr. Onder? Mr. Onder votes aye. Mr. Schmidt? Mr. Schmidt votes aye. Mr. Gill? Mr. Gill votes aye. Mr. Baumgartner? Mr. Raskin?
No.
Mr. Raskin votes no. Mr. Nadler? No. Mr. Nadler votes no. Ms. Lofgren? Ms.
Reddick
Lofgren
says,
votes no. Mr. Cohen?
while she's yapping, it's not what the OSS can do for you, it's what can you do for the OSS. Absolutely. And we got something special coming for you guys on Monday. For those of you that want to really serve and help out more and get more involved, I am going to be making an elite crew. Spartan 300 coming very soon. We're going to launch it next week. Help you guys make some money on the side as well. It's going to be good.
Mr. Garcia? Mr. Garcia votes no. Ms. Kamlager-Dove? Mr. Moskowitz? Mr. Moskowitz votes no. Mr. Goldman? Mr. Goldman? Ms. Crockett?
No.
Ms. Crockett votes no.
Of course.
Gentleman from Texas, Mr. Gooden.
Mr. Gooden?
You're a no. You're a no. Lance? Yes.
Mr. Gooden votes yes.
Mr. Chairman, how am I recorded?
Gentleman from New York.
Mr. Goldman, you're not recorded.
No.
Mr. Goldman votes no.
Gentlelady from Washington.
Ms. Jayapal votes
Hey guys, we only got 2,400 likes. Do me a favor, smash the fucking like button. Let's go ahead and go through some of the highlights, okay? Let's go over I'm gonna take a break from watching this shit. We're gonna go ahead and cover the some of the highlights from the Senate hearing yesterday. For those of you that didn't get a chance to watch my breakdown, we'll go ahead and just react to some of the Senate confirmation hearing best parts yesterday, and then we'll react to some of the stuff that came out today. Okay, I think we've been watching enough of. We're covering it for about 2.5 hours now.
Do you affirm that,
Now, this happened yesterday.
that the testimony you're about to give before this committee will be the truth?
And for those of you that are wondering, why are we here? Okay, let's go ahead, because some of you guys are saying, Myron, what's going on here? Okay, obviously, as you guys know, Charlie Kirk was tragically killed last week. Okay, he was assassinated. At this moment right now, the official story is as follows. An individual, Robinson, as we all know, basically was a lone shooter firing a Mauser rifle from atop a building at University of Utah Valley, if I'm not mistaken, Utah Valley University, UVU, striking Charlie Kirk in the throat, killing him, okay, or striking him and killing him. Charlie Kirk, basically, from the different types of, coverage and medical professionals I've seen, the majority of them are basically saying he died before he even hit the ground and that he didn't experience pain when he was shot. Thank God. Obviously, that's still a horrible situation, but at least he didn't feel pain. That's from a lot of the medical professionals that I've watched. Obviously, this assassination and a school shooting that also occurred in Colorado, a mass shooting that happened at Annapolis at the Naval Academy. All of this has prompted some very serious questions on violence in America, gun control, and a bunch of other things. So the FBI obviously got immediately involved in the Charlie Kirk assassination. And obviously Kash Patel got involved. And they were able to catch the shooter within 33 hours, right? Which, in the grand scheme of things, I'll be honest with you guys, catching a shooter like this in 33 hours is pretty quick. But some people didn't like the way that he handled it. Some off the wall comments about Valhalla, saying that they had a suspect in custody twice when they really didn't. The subject surrendering versus the FBI actually capturing him. A bunch of blunders, right? But regardless, the suspect was caught within 33 hours. We're going to talk more about him later on, but I'm just kind of giving you guys the official narrative right now. This prompted members of the government to call Kash Patel in for questioning. And yesterday, he testified in front of the Senate, and now he's doing it in front of Congress. We're going to go over the Senate hearings from yesterday, the highlights, okay? Give me ones in the chat if that all makes sense. Give me ones if that all makes sense. And for the retards that are saying 33, this shit is fake, you're a dumbass numerologist, shut the fuck up. Holy shit, you niggas are retarded and annoying. Holy fuck, dude. You numerology niggas are annoying as fuck. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I'm just telling you the official narrative of what went down and how the hell we got here. Stupid ass niggas want to 33. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit, man. God damn, people are stupid. All right, cool. Now that you guys understand where we are, let's go ahead and cover some of the highlights from yesterday's Senate hearing.
The whole
This is them swearing him in.
truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
And that is, right after she gives this testimony in front of an FBI agent, among others.
And for those of you that don't know, there's your boy Skiff, aka the guy who allegedly committed mortgage fraud because he claimed, right, that he has a house. I don't know if it was, I think it was in Maryland, DC. He said he had a house, but then he also has a house in California. But yeah, basically, he lied on some mortgage forms, okay? And there's a good chance that he's probably going to get indicted, I think.
She's transferred to a minimum security prison.
So Skiff and Patel don't like each other for obvious reasons. And Trump doesn't like him either.
Prison not suitable for a sex offender like herself. Who made that decision and why?
The Bureau of Prisons.
The Bureau of Decisions made it in
Prisons.
The Bureau of Prisons decided on.
He's asking about Ghislaine Maxwell, how she got moved to a lower security prison. As you guys know, she met with Todd Blanche, number 2 guy over at Department of Justice. Todd Blanche was Trump's former lawyer. So obviously this creates a lot of questions like, what the fuck? Why is the number 2 at the Department of Justice meeting with Ghislaine Maxwell at the BOP to ask questions about the Epstein files? Then all of a sudden she gets a sweetheart deal and she's moved to a very low security prison, which, by the way, sex offenders like her can't go to. So that's why he's asking these questions, chat.
On their own, without any consultation with Blanche or anyone else, that they were going to suddenly, after this interview, completely unrelated to this interview, completely unrelated to anything she said, move her to a prison not suitable for a sex offender. You want the American people to believe that? Do you think they're stupid?
No, I think the American people believe the truth, that I'm not in the weeds on the everyday movements of
you're not in
inmates.
the weeds?
What I am
The
doing is
most-
protecting
the
this country,
most- the
providing
most
historic
significant
reform,
witness-
and
the most
combating the
significant witness,
weaponization of
the
intelligence
Epstein
by the likes
files
of you.
cover-up
And we have
gets
countlessly proven you to
from
be a
your
liar in
administration,
Russiagate, in
and you
January
call that
6th.
being
You are
in
the
the
biggest
weeds?
fraud to ever sit in the
This
United
stinks.
States.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This was some entertainment. I didn't get a chance to cover this yesterday, but now that's why we're covering it now. This is fucking wild.
Senate,
high
you are a
heaven.
disgrace to this
This thing's to high
institution
heaven.
and an utter
And
coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not
And I'm
surprised
not
that you continue to
surprised
lie
that
from your
that
perch and put on a show
two of you
so you can go
have
raise
you
money for your
and for good
charade.
reason.
You are a political buffoon at best.
Well, you can take an internet troll.
Take
and
it
make-
to
you
the
can take
bank
an
that the
internet-
FBI is protecting
can
this
make an
country
internet troll,
and the state and
the FBI
citizens of the
director
California.
will
We
always
are bringing
be nothing more
historic
than an
reform.
internet
Historic.
troll.
But all you care about is a child sex predator that was prosecuted by a prior administration, and the Obama Justice Department and the Biden Justice Department did squat. And what did President Trump do? Bring new charges courageously. And what have we done?
Chairman,
You said
take
I'm the
control
most
of this
transparent
situation.
FBI director in history.
Take control of this
33,000 pages of information to you. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet.
You've shifted the agency's priority.
So, as you guys can see, some of these people have an axe to grind with Kash Patel, right? Skiff is one of them, or Schiff, whatever the fuck you want to call him. AKA, I call him Mr. Mortgage Fraud. And obviously Booker as well. You guys are going to see here, they're going to go at each other as well, which is hilarious.
Priorities primarily to pursuing Donald Trump's immigration enforcement agenda. According to ICE data, the Cato Institute, which is a conservative think tank, found that 20% of all agents have been diverted from their work to assist ICE immigration enforcement. 20%. Part of this operation is the work of mass law enforcement who jump out of cars, snatch people off streets at churches, schools, and their jobs and hospitals. Have there been any FBI agents who investigate crimes against children that have been assigned to immigration enforcement, yes or no?
The premise of what you say is entirely.
Shout out to the Shift Podcast, another 20 gifted on Rumble. Appreciate you, bro. You guys need to show some love to our boy, the Shift Podcast. Showing that love. A bunch of you guys that are watching on Rumble, you broke niggas. Now you guys won't have to worry about getting ads on Rumble if you're not a Rumble Premium member. So shout out to the Shift Podcast.
Have there been any FBI agents who investigate foreign domestic terrorism?
You don't get to say the America is not safer under this leadership.
I am not saying
America
that.
is
You're
safer because of the work of the FBI.
You're making a presumption of premise.
4,700 children.
Sir,
we have seized 6,000 weapons and 23,000 violent felons have
that
been
FBI
arrested.
agents who investigate human trafficking have been reassigned to immigration enforcement. You are not denying that FBI agents who are on the task force that fight against Russian oligarchs have not been reassigned. Public Corrections Squad reassigned. People who defend us, defend children reassigned. You're not denying that. I've seen you time and time again attack my colleagues' premises of questions as a way to not answer the question. So let me end with this. I believe you have made our country weaker and less safe. I believe that we are more vulnerable to a major event, and I pray to God it doesn't happen. You've gutted the Bureau of Institutional Knowledge and Expertise. You fired or pushed out seasoned FBI officials, many with more than 20 years of experience, and were working on cases that were critical. You've been purging thousands of serious law enforcement officials who spent their careers keeping us safe, only to lower hiring standards in order to find anyone to replace them. And shockingly, you admitted in this hearing to Senator Coons that it would take 14 years to fill the vacancies at your agency. Many are the result of your purge. 20% of FBI agents are doing low-level immigration enforcement instead of their mission-critical work. You've disbanded entire task forces that stop election interference, foreign influence.
Look, bro, I'm just going to keep it 1,000 with you guys. A lot of FBI agents don't do shit and need to do immigration work, okay? A lot of them don't do shit. A lot of them go in at fucking 11 a.m., 12 p.m., leave at like 3 to go pick up their kids. Lots of FBI agents don't do fucking jack shit, guys. All right? So, yeah, some of them need to hit the streets and do something.
Corruption. And who benefits from this? Well, corrupt people benefit from it.
And this is 1811s in general. When I was at HSI, guys, most people didn't do shit. 20% of people are doing 80% of the work. It is what it is, dude. Right? The rockstar agents are the rockstar agents. Then you got the guys that don't do anything, that fucking show up, talk all day, get lunch, come back, don't do nothing, don't write reports, don't want to do late night surveillance, don't want to fucking help you out on your cases. Annoying as fuck. So yeah, a lot of these agents, bro, don't do shit. The rockstar agents, the agents that are actually doing shit, they don't get reassigned. It's the fucking useless people that get reassigned.
Criminals benefit from it. Vladimir Putin.
You got a big OSIDF case, you got a big terrorism case, you got a big counterintelligence case, you ain't going nowhere, bro. It's the guys that aren't doing shit that get reassigned.
Benefits from it. And it really makes me wonder who you're looking out for. It makes me think we can't trust you as a nation. You swear to release the Epstein files, but now you're withholding the Epstein files. You claim that you have a suspect in a serious assassination. Whoops, then you don't have a suspect.
Yeah, you fucked up there. Shouldn't have done that.
You know nothing about plans to remove FBI agents, yet you're directly involved in those plans. In the words of an ex-FBI official, you are overseeing, and I quote, generational destruction of the nation's premier law enforcement agency. Mr. Patel, in just 8 months, you have assaulted the institutional integrity of the FBI. But I know FBI field agents. I've worked with them in Newark. No matter how truly bad you are, you can't undermine the legacy of agents who fight every day to keep us safe, but you can tarnish the integrity of the agency and undermine the agency's capacity. I believe you're failing as a leader, and that your failure does have serious implications for the safety and security of Americans and our families. We're more vulnerable to domestic and foreign attack because of your failures of leadership. I don't think you're fit to him to be.
Tanziel says, Myron, they're talking about you on Blue Sky. Guest security man. Also, OSS is awesome and we love you. What is Blue Sky? What the fuck is Blue Sky?
But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long.
I'm telling you, these guys are fucking trying to get clips, dude.
But here's the thing, Mr. Patel. I think you're not going to be around long. I think this might be your last oversight hearing. Because as much as you supplicate yourself to the will of Donald Trump and not the Constitution of the United States of America, Donald Trump has shown us in his first...
Oh, left-wing Twitter is what it is? Bro, these motherfuckers are never going to stop me from doing anything, bro. Yes, I'm still going to hit the college campuses, bro. Still going to hit the college campuses. They cannot stop me, and they won't stop me.
Term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. This may be the last time I have a hearing with you because I don't think you're long for your job. But I'm going to tell you this. I pray for you. I pray for you.
The whole I pray for you thing.
That you can step up and defend your oath, defend the Constitution, and do a much better job of defending this country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do you want to say anything?
Yes, sir. That rant of false information does not bring this country together. If you want to work on bringing this country, it's my time, not yours.
My God.
If you want to talk about
dividing this country,
it is
I
my
follow
time.
you on your social media posts that
It is
tear
my
this country
time
apart.
to address
There should be a
your
unifying-
falsehoods.
Oh,
You are an
you can try
embarrassment
all
to the
you
division
want
in this country.
to not take
Senator, it is
my
responsibility
time.
for what
You
you
had
have
your
said.
time.
Sir,
These guys are, you know, just clip farming, bro.
you're
Your
making
time
a
is
mockery of this
over.
committee. Sir, you don't tell me my time is over.
You
the
know how
people
far
of New
we've
Jersey
come
tell me
since
what my
you
time
tell-
is.
Senator-
You can't lecture me.
You can tell me
Sir,
my time's
you
over?
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you.
Madvic59 with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, it's crazy, man. This is crazy.
Mr. Chairman.
Not afraid of you.
Let me just start with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Is the FBI, and I appreciate the tremendous work the FBI has done in this
guy's a Zio shill.
investigation. Is the FBI investigating the Kirk assassination as part of this broader pattern of anti-religious, anti-Christian violence?
We are investigating, are going to anyone and everyone involved in that discourse.
Some questions.
Okay, this one was funny. Miss China Woman. Yeah, this dude is a straight cuck for Israel. Him and Pete Hegseth were basically talking about who is the bigger simp for Israel. Pretty pathetic. During, I think, Hegseth's confirmation hearing, 2 retarded evangelical Christians. Fitness says, the way he cried when Kash was trying to reply about being interrupted, yeah, ridiculous. This dude talks like a fucking cuck, yep. Emac says, bruh, is Patel that bold Democrat going at it again? Yep. Gen FD Psychopaths breaking news. Man arrested with gun looking for Republican Louisiana Attorney General. Bro, what the fuck is going on? Your boy says Patel shitting on him literally. Facts. Do you think gun control will have to go backwards 1 step in order to go 2 steps forward, in a sense, heavy gun control to start? No. Here it is with gun control, bro. Gun control doesn't really work that much because here's the problem. The criminals are always going to find ways to get access to the firearms, right? Now, I do think that, you know, the way we have federal gun regulation now where there's 9 prohibited classes of people is fine, right? Convicted felons, illegal aliens, renouncing your citizenship, drug users, dishonorable discharge from the military, mentally ill people, which we're going to talk about this here in a second when it comes to the T's. What else? There's another 3 that make you a conviction of a misdemeanor crime of domestic violence that makes you prohibited, and then there's 2 others. But there's 9 classes of people that are prohibited from having firearms under 18 U.S.C. 922. Okay, so the reality is, I think we just need to expand one of those prohibitions, which is for mentally ill people. Okay. And honestly, when it comes to the T's, you guys know what I'm saying, I'm on fucking YouTube, so I got to be careful here, right? I think they should be put into that class. Because how many school shootings have we had over the past year just off this group, which represents like less than 1% of the population? So, yeah, that's really the only gun control I would say. But other than that, bro, gun control really doesn't work, being honest with you. The crooks are always going to find ways to get guns. All you do is make it harder for the good guys to get guns. Skilliam, do you think... oh, no, sorry. Read that one. Myron, the notices bulges, what's that on the spent casings, the absolutely LGBT It's trans fear community thing, but news leaving that one out, of course. I mean, it's leftist rhetoric. I mean, if you want to say it's T stuff, that's fine. Whatever. The point is this. It's leftist rhetoric. Bella Ciao, for those that are unaware, that is a song that is utilized by leftists to fight against fascism, an Italian song, okay? He said, catch fascist was another one. Catch this fascist. Another one, if you're reading this, you're gay, LMAO, which is kind of strange, and maybe that was some sarcasm. But yes, all the rhetoric on it was leftist. If you want to go ahead and say be more specific and say it's the alphabet community, sure. That's fine. But dude, tomato, tomato, same shit. Tom Brady coming out of retirement for a third time. Really? Roll Russell has a picture of your boy. Okay. Myron, anything coming with a collab with you and Owen Shroyer? Thoughts on the muzzle flash that Owen went over on his show last night? That was on the right side of Charlie. I did not see that. But yeah, I'll probably do some with Owens sometime. Cool. I think we're caught up on chats. Redek is making fun of Biden and Crockett. A man rammed the gate at the FBI field office, Pittsburgh, and a suspicious bag was found outside TPUSA. Yeah, we covered the TPUSA bomb. I know the bomb squad's out there. Pam Bondi spewing leftist rhetoric now, too, from Jen. Jen, give me a link. Are you talking about when she said hate speech isn't free speech? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I covered that already. Thump Gargomel says, what do you think about people calling out Nick for not blaming Israel? I think people are leaping to try and paint him as a Fed again. Yeah, people are stupid, bro. People are scared of his rising popularity. People are really scared of his rising popularity. Haters gonna hate, bro.
Yeah, fantastic.
You know, you've been asked some questions about
I covered this yesterday, too. This was actually kind of funny. For those of you that have missed it, here's a clip.
changes to your hiring standard, and including college degrees and possibly the age. But, you know, one question I had is, that you are now requiring applicants to be able to do a certain kind of pull-ups, which a lot of women cannot because of physiological differences.
That's a W.
Are you requiring these kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring a physical program at BFTC at Quantico because FBI agents carrying guns in the field have to chase down bad guys and do really hard work. The physical fitness standards of those agents
So
are
are you
being
requiring
appropriately
these
assessed.
kinds of pull-ups?
We are requiring everybody to pass the 1811 standards at BFTC.
Actually, what is the FBI standards now? Let me see. Let's see here. Okay, starting in November 2025, PFT will replace sit-ups with pull-ups as the first event for all candidates. Oh, shit. So they added pull-ups. Now, pull-ups weren't a part of the test before. It used to be, it wasn't mandatory, okay? It was not mandatory, but now it looks like it's mandatory. But pull-ups are part of the DEA test. So that's interesting.
If you want to chase down a bad guy and put him in handcuffs, you better be able to do a pull-up.
The reason I ask is that there are concerns about whether...
Guys, also do me a favor. I'm on annoying-ass fucking YouTube. You guys know I don't like this platform. I hate it. So smash that like button for me. Demonetized, not making a fucking dollar off being on here, but I do it for you guys so you guys can go ahead and be have the convenience of being able to watch me. I'm on Kick, Rumble, OSS, and obviously JTube. So do me a favor. The least you could do is, number one, join the OSS. I got a fucking sale going. Join for $1. We're going to be covering the Empire en masse. We're covering 9/11 and the conspiracy, how the Saudis, the deep state, and the Israelis were all involved to attack us on 9/11. I'm going to be covering that today. So just use the code JaysDid911. Link is at the top for you guys right there. Promo code JaysDid911. But yeah, smash that like button. Let's get to 3,000 likes on YouTube for me, guys.
whether or not being able to do these kinds of harsh pull-ups is really required of FBI agents.
Doing one
Anyway,
pull-up
Mr.
is not
Patel,
harsh,
I
and there are
am
always
gravely
medical
concerned.
exemptions to that.
I am gravely concerned by the state of the FBI under your control. And in fact, you are willing to take a cut in your agency of almost $500 million.
All right, let me address one retard in YouTube chat. He says, you got demonetized because you don't listen. Listen to what, Lance Maz? Listen to what? I'd like for you to answer me here. Listen to what, retard? Listen to what?
So the FBI is losing dedicated employees, decades of expertise and specialization, leading to loss to early retirements, firings, and reassignments to immigration enforcement or conducting local police work. Thousands have already left.
Let me just turn to the broader question here of anti-religious, anti-Christian violence. Let me just give you a few stats that I'm sure that you're all too familiar with. Every person.
Yeah, so since that retard can't respond, yeah, listen to who? Listen to YouTube, who has a community guidelines policy where you can't tell the truth on certain topics? Keep in mind, guys, that the reason why I got demonetized, for those of you that are fucking new here, is because I talked about them boys, their influence in America, their influence on social media platforms, their influence in the government, AIPAC, our foreign policy, which clearly doesn't serve us, as you guys can fucking see now 2 years later. I was talking about all this shit years ago. Me, Nick, Sneeko, Zerka. We woke a lot of you motherfuckers up to this shit. Now it's safe, right? Now it's mainstream. But we were talking about it before it was safe. So, yeah, dumbass, when you say that dumb shit about, oh, bro, you didn't listen. Listen to who, motherfucker? The only person I listen to is God and the fucking truth. That's what I listen to. So shut the fuck up. Holy shit, man. Just because I'm not a bot like these other bitch-ass niggas on YouTube who won't dare talk about them niggas. Because I get a bunch of you fucking retards sometimes that say, oh, well, Myron, you got demonetized, it's your fault. That's fine. That's fine. My issue is this. I got demonetized for shit that other people do right fucking now, all the time. So clearly the enforcement isn't equal across the board. But that's fine because we built up an infrastructure where, whether we're monetized or not, we'll be able to continue running things the way that we do because we rely heavily upon supporters. Rock with us. Because we tell the truth and we're not fucking owned. Like your bitch ass. You probably can't even say, that's why you use an Anon account on YouTube, you bitch ass nigga. You can't even give your real opinions. You're talking shit to me. I always find it amazing when people talk shit, but they're on an Anon account and they don't even show their face. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Of faith in America certainly is. Major report this past year found that there have been over 400 instances of hostility against churches in the United States in the year 2024. Those included arsons, bomb threats, shootings, and firearm incidents. Another organizational report found that there were 500 attacks on Catholic parishes alone. So that number 415, that's all Christian churches in 2024. Another organization found 500 separate attacks on just Catholic parishes since May of 2020. Of course, we have the Covenant School shooting, the Annunciation School shooting in Minnesota, where 2 children were shot dead as they were praying in a pew. Here's my question: What is the FBI?
And guys, I got better clips. Shout out to Robin Kobe with the gift of sub. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much.
Doing to take on or fun?
Okay, let's go ahead and cover the stuff from today now, right? All right. All right. Let's go ahead and this came from earlier from the hearing.
Counterterrorism work, cyber attacks, and foreign adversaries are something the FBI must never
We're going to go over highlights from the testimony from earlier today.
sleep on, and we are not sleeping. In the counterintelligence space alone, this year to date,
This dude, CJ, is a retard. He says, that's a lie. You got demonetized because you were talking shit about women. Bro, are you not aware of the fact that, like, we were blowing up and going viral from making fun of women on Fresh and Fit, you fucking dumbass? It wasn't until we started talking about that the ADL and fucking Media Matters started writing articles on us, you fucking dumbass. CJ, you dumb fucking monkey. You retard. Holy shit, niggas are stupid, bro. We're going viral every other week because we're roasting women, bro. We didn't get demonetized for women. Stupid fuck. Holy shit, you're an idiot. God damn, niggas are stupid, bro.
30% increase in counterintelligence arrests from the DPRK, Russia, Iran, and China.
Yo, tell us you're black without telling us you're black, you fucking dumbass. God damn, man. Niggas are so retarded, man, on YouTube. What the fuck? This nigga's a dumbass. How your name CJ? Bro, you're retarded. God damn.
China. And I want the American people to know, in this setting, there's a lot of work that the brave men and women in the FBI are doing we just can't get into, but they don't stop. Our cyber threats, ransomware attacks, those harming our children online. We have nearly a 20% increase in indictments and arrests in 7 months alone this year. We're going after those that harm our malware, infrastructure systems, telecom systems, and energy structure. Combating SALT and Vault typhoons are just a little bit of the examples we're doing. Maybe most importantly, under the counterterrorism and domestic terrorism umbrella, are nihilist, violent extremists, and those that label themselves 764, who wish to go online and convince children to maim and mutilate themselves and commit suicide. And we are producing record numbers of arrests under that umbrella organization. We even stopped an individual in the 764 network who wanted to conspire to kill an adolescent girl. He is now in custody. Transparency remains one of my main priorities at the FBI. And this is what I've done in my 7 months at the helm. We've produced more than 33,000 pages of documents to Congress to a variety of committees, including, I believe, 7,500 to this committee alone, if memory serves me correct. To put the 33,000 in perspective, my predecessor in 7 years produced 13,000 pages in total to the United States Congress. His predecessor in 4 years produced 3,000 pages in total. I repeat, I have produced 33,000 pages in 7 years to this Congress and will continue to do so. I'm dedicated to restoring the trust and the mission and the integrity of the FBI, and we cannot do so without congressional oversight, and I promise you I will continue to do so.
Okay. That's one clip.
Counterterrorism work.
Now, let's go into some of the highlights. So this is him fighting with one of these Democrat congressmen.
Names of the victims.
We are releasing as much.
Shout out to the Shift Podcast with another 20 gifted. Appreciate you, my friend. Big L, if someone can't do one pull-up, facts. That's from One Chest. OSS Graper says you don't listen to Top K is what he meant. The thing goes deeper than 1T loving shooter. Okay. Thump Gargamel says, what do you think about people calling out? Oh, no, sorry. We read that one before. All right, we're caught up.
Is legally allowed. That's why we went back to
how
the
is
courts.
how is that not legally allowed?
Sir, do you know how court orders work? Do you know how protective orders
Actually,
work? Do you know how
Mr.
sealing
Patel,
orders
I was a real prosecutor for 10 years. I know exactly
so,
how
So I was a
court
fake
orders.
one?
And I want to understand what the court order prevents you from releasing witness statements that the FBI took.
You should know that as a real prosecutor, when the court hand downs a protective order and a motion to seal, the material is sealed unless
So
that
your
judge
testimony
waives
here
it.
is that all of those witness statements are under a court order, a protective order.
We are providing everything we can legally provide.
No, that's not my question.
And I've told you guys that a million times. That's what he's going to say. We are giving everything that we can legally give. But I've said this before and I'll say it again, bro. We need all the classified high side stuff when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein stuff. And that's the stuff that's going to have what the American people want. Guys, smash that like button. We got not even 3,000 likes. We got 3,800 of you guys watching. Let's get that engagement to 90%, bro. It's the only way we could justify being on bitch-ass YouTube. You guys know I hate this bitch-ass platform. So smash the like button. All right, guys? I already see guys on Rumble and OSS telling me to get the fuck off YouTube already. So if we're going to stay on here, I need you guys to smash that like button. Otherwise, I'm going to get the fuck off this godforsaken, shitty-ass platform.
My question is...
Because the thing that sucks is I don't get paid on here and I got to fucking censor myself. It's fucking annoying. So at least smash the like button.
Why are those witness statements that are not grand jury testimony, that if they were under a protective order are no longer under a protective order, why are they not being released?
How are they not under a protective
Why
order?
are you not going to the court like you did for the grand jury testimony to unseal those records?
The DOJ did go to the court.
No, not on those records. Why aren't you going? You just went on grand jury.
Time of the gentleman has expired. The
You are hiding the Epstein files, Mr.
Time of the
Patel.
gentleman has expired.
You are part of the cover-up.
Can I respond?
You sure can.
Any allegations that I'm a part of a cover-up to protect child sexual trafficking and victims of human trafficking and sexual crimes is patently and categorically false in the work of my
So I hope you will talk to them when they
Gentlemen's
have
time has
requested
expired.
to speak with you. Because the
Gentlemen's time has
victims have
expired. Gentleman
requested
yields
and you are
back.
not.
All right. So here's another clip here from Jim Jordan asked Patel a flurry of rapid questions. So let's go ahead and just play it instead of.
Still targeting Catholics?
No, sir.
Is the FBI still spying on President Trump?
I don't believe so.
Is the FBI still censoring Americans?
No, sir.
Is the FBI still targeting Americans for shopping at Cabela's or purchasing Bibles?
Nobody is targeted for their faith.
Is the FBI still targeting Americans who are pro-life?
Nobody is targeting anyone for their beliefs.
Is the FBI still cooking the books on crime data?
The crime data is real.
Is the FBI still purging agents for conservative viewpoints?
No one at the FBI has asked their viewpoints on politics.
Is the FBI still labeling the Betsy Ross flag, the flag of the American Revolution, a hate symbol?
No.
Well, maybe that's why you've been able to, what was the number? 23,000 bad guys you've arrested, a huge increase from the same time period in the previous administration. I think you said 1,400 predators, 4,000 children rescued. Were those the facts?
4,730.
All right. Okay, so here's another one. Senator Rand Paul. So here we go.
Over changing the childhood schedule. The hepatitis. This is the debate over changing the childhood schedule. The hepatitis B vaccine on the schedule is given to newborns. What is the medical, scientific reason and proof for giving a newborn a hepatitis B vaccine if the mom is Hep B negative?
I want to go back to the assertion associated.
What is the medical reason for giving a hepatitis B vaccine to a newborn? See, everybody's like blithely going along. We can't change the childhood. You're somehow terrible if you want to change the childhood. We should be discussing what is the childhood vaccine schedule, and the burden should be on you. You want to make all the kids take this? The burden is upon you and the people you wouldn't fire to prove to us that we need to give our 6-month-old a COVID vaccine and that we need to give our 1-day-old a hepatitis B vaccine.
Dude, 5 years ago, if you talked about this shit, man, bro, you would get banned. I remember questioning the scamdemic was an automatic ban on YouTube, bro. But anyway, let's go here. We got Thomas Massey here when he was questioning Patel earlier today.
When the AG had the White House event when she released the binders to the social media influencers?
Yes.
So if you're willing to meet with social media influencers who stood to benefit from the sensational and
Oh, and those social media influencers were all retards, by the way. Okay? Libs of TikTok, Cernovich, who else? DC Gayno, Drano. Like, dude. Oh, yeah, and if you're wondering, yes, they were. Which that in itself is fucking retarded, by the way. Let me get this straight. You're going to give a bunch of Zionists, right, pro-Zionists, and Twitter influencers, access to files of an individual who was a spy for Israel? What? Incredible. In-fucking-credible.
stories of these victims. Will you meet with the victims as well?
The FBI will meet with anyone who has new information.
Will you personally meet with them?
The FBI and the professionals who are handling the cases will.
Were you instructed that it was important to release the documents to the Oversight Committee on the day of my introduction of the discharge petition to release these files?
I don't know what day that was, so no.
Well, they were released that day, and there were victims' names who weren't redacted because they were in such a rush, and the victims are not happy about that. Have you investigated any of the CIA connections? Have you seen the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein? And if you wanted to see it, would they show it to you?
Well, I can speak for the FBI, and that's presuming there's a CIA case file. and I've reviewed everything that the interagency
Hold on, let me go back on that.
FBI, and that's
And there were victims' names who weren't redacted because they were in such a rush, and the victims are not happy about that. Have you investigated any of the CIA connections? Have you seen the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein?
Okay, now we're asking some good questions. Massey might follow me on social media. Let's see here. He's the first fucking politician to say this. I've been saying this for fucking months, goddammit, that these people are fucking stupid because it's not just the FBI that's going to have a file on Epstein. It's going to be the NSA. It's going to be the CIA 100% because he was a foreign operative, which by definition is going to involve the CIA because CIA is international, FBI is domestic. FBI ran the criminal investigation domestically on Epstein and might have some classified stuff, but the CIA is absolutely going to have some classified stuff. Finally, someone's asking a question that isn't a retard.
And if you wanted to see it, would they show it to you?
well, I can speak for the FBI, and that's presuming there's a CIA case file.
There's 100% a CIA case file. 1,000% a CIA case file. Why? Very fucking simple, chat. The CIA's job is to conduct intelligence operations abroad. Your boy Jeffrey Epstein held multiple passports. Yes, he was a U.S. citizen, but there were some very serious allegations and proof that he was an operative for a foreign government's intelligence service. Automatically, okay, that means it's going to hit CIA purview. Automatically, okay? Now, I also guarantee you guys that they were probably collecting on his phone. So that means that the NSA is also going to have some data on that, okay? Simple. Now, I'll be honest here. Kash Patel might not be aware of what the CIA knows for certain reasons, for obvious reasons, to be honest with y'all, okay? Because he's the director of the FBI, CIA is its own entity, and they're probably going to say, well, what's your need to know? Oh, you don't have a need to know? Okay. So the real person, and I've been saying this for a while now, okay? I know they're grilling Kash Patel on this, and they've been grilling Pam Bondi, but the real person that they need to be asking questions to is Tulsi Gabbard. And I'll tell you why. As director of the National Intelligence, as the DNI, right? She oversees the entire intelligence community. All of them, okay? I think there's something like 30-some plus agencies in the intel community. And the FBI is a member of the intel community, okay? So when it comes to your boy Epstein, it's not enough to just look at the criminal side. You also got to look at the intel side. The only person that's going to have 100% overview and oversight of the entire IC, intelligence community, is your girl, Tulsi Gabbard. I don't know why these politicians keep harassing Pam Bondi and Kash Patel. Look, I am not saying that the FBI is not going to have information that's important and pertinent to the Epstein stuff. But that is going to be a fraction of what the other intelligence agencies are going to have on Epstein. Okay? Sure. Hold Kash Patel and Pam Bondi's feet to the fire. Sure. But I need you guys to understand this also, very important. Pam Bondi is the Attorney General. As the Attorney General, she oversees the Department of Justice, okay? The Department of Justice is concerned with prosecution, okay? They're not really concerned with intelligence. They're concerned with prosecution. The only real active member of the Department of Justice that is also an active member of the intelligence community, two different things, by the way, intel and law enforcement are two different things, okay, retards? Every time I see someone say, CIA, FBI, DEA, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. The CIA and the FBI are two completely different agencies with different fucking authorities. The FBI is an intelligence gathering and law enforcement agency. They do two different things. Hold on one sec, chat. scared me, bro. I was like, what the hell? Okay. All right, guys. Frank is here. He's excited. He just got a shower, and he got groomed a little bit, so he looks good. Oh. Okay, you want to say what's up to everybody? Okay. All right. I was like, what the hell? This guy. It was Frank. I was wondering what the hell happened, but look at him. He's okay. All right. Okay.
And I've reviewed everything that the interagency, not I, the FBI, that was provided to us.
Would you
Sorry about that.
be
Let me,
willing to look at the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein?
If there is.
Give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry about that, ninjas. So what I was saying was, when it comes to where was I? I was talking about the CIA and FBI. Okay. So the FBI, guys, right, does law enforcement, and they also collect intelligence, but it's domestic. First, the CIA is strictly, clandestine operations abroad, collecting intelligence. Intelligence is not the same as law enforcement. When you're an FBI agent trying to gather evidence on a criminal investigation, you have to collect evidence in a certain way pursuant to successful prosecution, which means you can't use classified stuff. The CIA, though, they're waterboarding niggas. They're collecting information. They don't care. Okay? They don't care. So when it comes to being able to get the stuff that we need on Epstein, you're going to need the entire, you're going to need to get all the information from the different intelligence agencies, which Tulsi Gabbard oversees. Pam Bondi, to be honest with you guys, the only real intel component of the Department of Justice is going to be the FBI. Yes, the DEA has a seat at the intel world. Yes, Homeland Security Investigations, the HSI does. Yes, the ATF does to a degree. But the real main contributor from the DOJ in the IC is going to be the FBI. So Pam Bondi doesn't have the same purview that your girl Tulsi Gabbard's going to have. Right? And she's not going to have, she might not even have the same level of clearance a lot of the times. Because again, the DOJ is concerned with prosecutions. Prosecutions is not the same as intelligence gathering. Two completely different situations. But anyway, let's go back to your boy Massey.
Such a file, and if it has not already been turned over to the FBI.
He's asking about, does the CIA have a file? Let me bring it back for you guys a little bit so you got the full thing.
Released that day, and there were victims' names who weren't redacted because they were in such a rush, and the victims are not happy about that. Have you investigated any of the CIA connections? Have you seen the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein? And if you wanted to see it, would they show it to you?
Well, I can speak for the FBI, and that's presuming there's a CIA case file, and I've reviewed everything that the
100% there's a CIA case file.
Interagency, not I, the FBI, that was provided to us.
Would you be willing to look at the CIA file on Jeffrey Epstein?
If there is such a file, and if it
there is a file. And the thing is that they might not make it available to you, Kash, because they're probably going to say, well, you don't have a need to know, and your clearance isn't high enough. The person that's going to make it available is going to be Tulsi Gabbard. They need to bring her ass in and ask her questions, not him.
Has not already been turned over to the FBI will look at any new investigative leads.
Have you made any progress on the pipe bomb?
What else do we got here? Oh, yeah. They're going to send in all these. They've already subpoenaed all these guys. Discord, Twitch, Reddit.
Investigated or have had adverse. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
No, the
because
question
they failed
again,
to meet the muster in their
Director,
constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm
of
going to
terms that
borrow
don't
your
think you can hear me.
terminology and call
I'm reclaiming
bullshit
my
on your
time.
entire career in
I'm
Congress.
reclaiming my time,
You've been a
Director.
disgrace to the American
Director, I'm
people.
reclaiming my
You
time.
can
You
reclaim your
know you
time all you
recuse yourself.
want.
Mr.
Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak this way?
Mr. Chairman, would you give...
Recuse yourself, Director.
The gentleman has no time
Mr.
to
Chairman, would you
Mr. Chairman,
admonish the
point of-
witness not to...
All right. Okay, so here's information on Patel saying former CIA John Brennan lied to Congress.
Did John Brennan lie to Congress? Let me just read a couple things actually before you answer that. 2 years ago, we had Mr. Brennan in for an interview, and I asked him, how'd you learn about the dossier in December of 2016? Mr. Brennan replied, I received a copy of it from the FBI, and the CIA was very much opposed to having any reference or inclusion of the Steele dossier in the intelligence community assessment. That's what John Brennan told the United States Congress. 7 weeks ago, the Director of National Intelligence told us this. John Brennan lied and denied using the dossier in the intelligence community assessment because he knew it was discredited. CIA officer told the House Intelligence Committee Brennan refused to remove it, and when confronted with the dossier's main flaws, he responded, yes, but doesn't it ring true? John Brennan lied to us?
Mr. Chairman, I won't stylize the evidence. What I will say is that the intelligence community assessment, those that created it and any individual involved with it, is an ongoing investigation.
There's an investigation into what took place in December and January of December 2016, January 2017, when this whole thing started, this grand conspiracy. That is being investigated. Is that right?
That has been publicly announced by the department.
That's been announced by the department. Did Chris Wray hide documents from this committee?
You would know better than me, sir.
Well, I think you told us like 700 pieces of information you've given this committee since you've been director relative to just one incident, the Catholic memorandum from the Richmond field office.
I can give you the comparison, sir. Yeah. The Catholic memo, I believe we turned over 750 documents. In Mr. Ray's tenure, I believe they turned over 19 pages.
19 pages. You give it a 700.
I'll give credit for this. Patel's been way more transparent than the last administration than under Chris Wray. That's a fact. You can't even refute that.
Why would Chris Wray hide information from this committee? You want to hazard a guess?
I'm sorry?
Hazard a guess why he would do that?
But the Trump administration's absolutely failed on Epstein. All this transparency is not going to be appreciated because they failed. They completely fumbled the Epstein situation. Guys, smash that fucking like button for me, by the way.
I don't know, sir.
I think maybe it was because FBI was spying on a priest, trying to get him to break the priest-penitent confidence that exists. You think maybe that was the reason?
You'd have to ask him, sir.
Yeah, we'd love to do that. I want to read a few names here. Arctic Haze, Tropic Vortex, Riding Hood, Foggy Falls, Echoes Fate, Sirens Lure, Genetic Christmas. What are these code names about, Director? You know?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, Arctic Haze, Tropic Vortex. My understanding, these are code names for leak investigations of classified information from the year 2017. Does that ring a bell?
In terms of leak investigations, many of those are classified and many of those are ongoing, Mr. Chairman. But we are working with you to produce documents as we close those investigations or as we declassify them.
Let me ask you this question, because this is something I've wondered about, the way the FBI used to work. This whole thing kind of, so many of these things unfolded. Seems to me you had all these people in government leaking information that then gets reported in the press, there's a story written about it, and then that article is then used to further the investigation and move forward with what they want to do. Did that take place back in 16 and 17?
That's the exact scenario that took place in the FISA application for Carter Page and the rest of the Trump campaign.
And that is frightening, because that's what the CIA is supposed to do in foreign countries. It's not supposed to happen to Americans. But it did, didn't it, Director?
Yes.
And not just any Americans, it happened with the President of the United States. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you were the...
For those of you that don't know who John Brennan is, real quick. Not that our current CIA director is much better, to be honest with you guys. Here he is. From 2013 to 2017, served as a counterterrorism advisor, U.S. Barack Obama, with the Deputy National Security Advisor for Homeland Security and Counterterrorism, blah, blah, blah. And then he got, yeah, Mike Pompeo was that much better either. Matter of fact, I want to be honest with you guys, this guy right here, Mike Pompeo is probably one of the worst ones. Number one, he's the reason why we didn't get the JFK files when we wanted them. Number two, this guy was responsible for putting the IRGC on the terrorist watch list. This guy was also responsible for being super pro-Israel, okay, and getting us out of the JCPOA, also known as the Iran nuclear deal. Okay? Now, many of you might say, oh, well, Myron, you know, so my critics might say, oh, well, that nuclear deal was a bad deal. Really? I think that nuclear deal was a damn good deal because it extended the olive branch, exercised some level of diplomacy. It would ensure that Iran would not get a nuclear weapon, right? They wouldn't enrich to high levels. And ironically enough, actually, it would allow Israel to be safer than it is now. But here's the problem. AIPAC and the Zionist lobby lobbied Mike Pompeo to pressure Trump to pull out of the deal, which he did, put the IRGC on the foreign terrorist watch list, which they were put, sanction the fuck out of them, which they did, to weaken Iran, and now it's setting the stage for the current conflict we have now, which I think is at this point is inevitable. So Mike Pompeo doesn't get enough credit for being a fucking retard and creating the perfect storm for the current, at this point, inevitable war that we are going to get dragged into with Iran, because Mike Pompeo is a very strong Zionist. I don't think he's one of them boys, but he absolutely was propped up by the Zionist lobby. And they lobbied him hard to, number one, not release the JFK files, because the JFK files had the information about James Angleton assisting the Israelis with getting the nuclear bomb. Also, it had the information that Israelis were involved in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. Mike Pompeo was the one that told Donald Trump not to release the files when he wanted to release them the first time around during the first administration. So yeah, we don't see enough people getting, you know, it's crazy to me because it's like we don't look at the right people and blame the right people. Everyone has their fucking foot up Kash Patel and Pam Bondi's asses for Epstein. Look, I get it. They do have some degree of responsibility, but the real person needed to put on the hot seat is Tulsi fucking Gabbard. Anyway, carrying on. Where were we? Okay.
The muster and
Director,
their constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career.
This is crazy. All right. Oh, this one was good. I was in the gym earlier listening to this one.
Of the non-prosecution agreements and the court orders on the investigations and search warrants, we were not able to develop new information. And oh, by the way, Jeffrey Epstein was out for 12 years, and the Obama and Biden administration did nothing to look at his work, his pedophile network. If you want to blame me, that's fine. But now you're blaming the men and women who conducted this
stop
great
that.
search.
I'm not blaming anybody other than you. You're not keeping your word. You said that you would release all of the materials
Has
under your direct
anyone released
control.
more information on Epstein than I have? Has anyone?
Much
did
more.
Comey, did Ray?
Much more.
Did
Excuse me. Much more has come out in the days since the American people and Congress have been demanding it. But it's coming out in dribs and drabs. Why don't you just release the entire file as you promised to do?
I literally just told you, there are multiple federal court orders. I'm not gonna break the law to satisfy your curiosity. You didn't join us when we filed court to release the court orders. You could have. You have lawyers. You could have shown up. You didn't do that.
That's a tiny fraction of the material we're talking
is
about.
not.
It is
How
a
do you-
tiny fraction.
Okay, so someone brought up a good thing here. Abu, I guess the name is. He says, Myron, the IRGC went crazy with funding militias with the money released to them after the first deal, just the beginning. Okay, fair enough. That's a good critique. Hey, you know, the JCPOA, they gave them a bunch of money, the Iran nuclear deal, etc. The reason why, right, is because Israel has always been a threat in the region. See, what you guys need to understand is the Israelis, right, they frame the Middle East as we are protecting the United States. We are here first. We are fighting your enemies. You know, we stand between you and these terrorists, right? But what they don't tell you is that terrorism in the Middle East exists because of Israel, okay? Every terrorist organization, the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, they were all created what? In response to aggression from the Israelis. 1982, Hezbollah was created. Why? Because the Israelis invaded Lebanon. Hamas created. Why? Because of overstepping and attacking Palestinians. Right? Houthis, same thing, to aid in the fight against Israeli tyranny. Now, they'll sit there and they'll say, oh, this is self-defense. It's not. They start many of the wars, many of the conflicts, okay? False flags with the Levant affair, all the way to pretending to be CIA operatives to start a war in Iran. This is what they do, chat. And this happened as recent as the fucking Bush administration. Before Bush came out of power, late 2008, or sorry, in 2008, as he's getting ready to hand the administration over to Barack Obama, he finds out that the Israelis, the Mossad, pretended to be CIA operatives. And they went ahead and met with Jundullah, okay? Basically, Baloch militia rebel group that had problems with the Iranian government, okay? They funded and they backed them. And they pretended to be CIA operatives. And they told them to carry out an attack in Tehran, all right? These guys were like, well, this is a little weird. Why are we meeting in a non-NATO country? This is kind of fucking weird. And they figured out later on that the people that they spoke with were Israelis, pretending to be Americans. Now, why is this bad? We have our greatest ally speaking with a terrorist organization, pretending to be us, funding them, supporting them, and backing them, telling them to attack Iran. If the attack had been successful, those terrorists would have said, oh yeah, we got paid by some Americans. That would trigger a conflict. And the worst part is, not only would it trigger a conflict, we would be blamed for it. Diplomacy, destroyed. Trust, gone. And this is a region or an area that we are trying to build trust in. Remember, guys, Obama wanted to come in and create better diplomacy with the Middle East. So the Israelis were going to come in and fucking shatter that. Mind you, this is a country that we give $4 billion a year to. That's just in aid. That doesn't account for all the other shit that we do for them. Okay? Protecting them, moving military assets on their behalf. All this shit, right? To keep them from getting attacked by their neighbors because they always start fights. They also subvert our diplomacy and do a bunch of fuck shit on the side. So all these problems in the Middle East are because of Israel. And I can say this confidently. This whole terrorism thing, they hate us because we're free, it's all a fucking lie. It's always been a lie. The Middle East and jihadists or radical Muslims, the reason why they hate the United States is because we support Israel. If we stop supporting Israel, I promise you guys they would not give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They really don't. But the Israelis need us to look at them as enemies and support them because these people don't want them there. But all of these terrorist organizations were created because Israel, to include Al-Qaeda, by the way, FYI, to include Al-Qaeda. And in Osama bin Laden's letter to America, he lists out all of his grievances with the West. And a lot of those fucking grievances come from where? Our foreign policy. The starvation of Iraqi children, right? The sanctions. Why? To make Israel's enemies weaker. Saddam Hussein at one point used to have a relationship with the United States. He has a key to the city of Detroit. Did y'all know that? We had good relations with Saddam Hussein at one point. But of course the Israelis had to come in and sabotage that because Saddam Hussein posed a threat to them. So, dude, all the problems in the Middle East, man, it's from our kosher friends. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, 100 teachers in Texas will now have their teacher certification suspended and become ineligible to teach in Texas public schools after they endorse Charlie Kirk's assassination. Yeah, these people are sick, bro. That is so weird. How all these people are coming out and celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, sick bastards. Okay, I think Trump is in the UK. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Let's read some of these chats real quick. Spool says, cut JTube. Shout out to Ival. AA Love with the gifted sub. Appreciate you. Shift Podcast says, I'll always support you, brother. You Fresh, Andrew Wilson, Brian, Andrew Tate, Nick, save me, you, especially O/. Appreciate you, bro. Akeji says, YouTube demonetization backfired. Yep. One of the main reasons we send super chats is to counteract or make up for the lack of YouTube monetization. Thank you for all you do. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. I think anybody in my fucking shoes would hate YouTube too, bro. Dudes are fucking robbing me blind. What they're doing is criminal, as you guys know. But I stay on this bitch ass app because a lot of you guys, you guys might not have. Bro, look at this shit. I'm super, look at this. 24 million views. 24 million views, bro. I get more views than most YouTubers. Like, I'm like in the 1 percentile. Right? Demonetize. Fucking bullshit. And then if you guys look, right, your channel. That's what they're taking every month right there. There y'all see. That's what they're robbing me of. So, whatever. So I appreciate you guys' support, helping offset the bullshit. Okay. And the fact that I even been on this bitch ass app for 3+ hours for you guys. Have a good feeling about your October 14th college debate is gonna put you and the Great Awakening to a whole other level. Yeah. It's gonna be lit, bro. I'm not letting these motherfuckers scare me away. Another shooting today. Multiple officers have been shot at in York County, Pennsylvania. Preliminary reports have 3 have been shot. At least 1 is being medevaced. Holy shit. Let's look here. Yeah. Someone said you violated their TOS. Hey, retard. Do you realize that like all your favorite YouTubers violate their TOS, you stupid ass nigga? Peaceful Piranha, whatever the fuck your dumbass name is. Retard. The only reason they demonetized me is because I was talking about them boys. That's why. That is why, bro. All right, let me look that up. What is it? York County, Pennsylvania?
All right, we are live, folks. Breaking news, breaking news. Reports of police officers on the camera, so the governor will probably share some information. Should that area be worried right now from an armed shooter possibly out on the loose? I mean,
Let me finish reading these chats. Okay. Dude, I think they purposely put a female in Pam Bondi's position because she's a woman. Bro, I've been saying that I've been saying that from the beginning. Trump put Pam Bondi and Kristi Nolan because people were calling him a misogynist, dude. I said that from the beginning. As soon as he appointed them, I said that's why he put him in. D-Man, subscribe. Welcome to the OSS. Pop-Up, did you hear about the UFO hearing last week? Kind of swept under the rug? No, I did not hear about it. That's a link. Okay, if we have time. Is it true Ben Shapiro is taking over the Charlie Kirk show? I doubt it. Jerome, hey, Myron, I'll be quick. I'm 19 and a realtor here in San Diego. Close a few deals and have 32K saved. I make about 5K a month already. Flipping cars. What should I invest in? I mean, get into real estate, bro, since you're already in the game. If you can find a good deal, that is. Can't you sue YouTube because of what they're doing is illegal? Well, bro, their community guidelines are written in a way where they can ambiguously enforce things on certain things and not enforce them on other things. That's why the guidelines are so murky, bro. They do that shit on purpose. You get more views because you're better than all them YouTubers. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I'm better than all these niggas, man. I'm telling you, man. We need a cut YouTube countdown clock in the corner. 1 hour max, 5,000 likes or your screen goes black. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Your Myra, would you rather see a tree grow or a... Okay, bro. Good one. But yeah. Now you guys know why, like, I dislike YouTube so much. Because... I talk about the same shit as other people, but for some odd reason, I get penalized. But I know why, because of the other shit I talk about, right? So it is what it is, dude. But yeah, you guys, I'm transparent with you guys. You guys see the numbers, you guys see the fucking views, all that shit. And I be putting out quality content, unlike these other bitch-ass niggas. Some idiot said I violated their TOS, when in reality, everybody violates their stupid-ass TOS. It's just that they choose who they're going to enforce that TOS on. You guys got to understand something. Let me tell you guys something about all these social media platforms. All these social media platforms purposely write their community guidelines in a way that's ambiguous so that it could be enforced any way that they choose, they see fit. Do you understand that, chat? It's not about actually having community guidelines that they adhere to. It's about having community guidelines that they can enforce when they feel like it on whoever they dislike. That's what it is. Okay? So for the stupid ass nigga over there, Piranha saying I violated their TOS, you're a smooth-brained retard. You're literally a smooth-brained retard then. If you really think that you violated their TOS. Dumb fuck. All right. Check out Project Nimbus that Israel is starting. Never heard of it. Fuck YouTube, time to time them out. Yeah. Yep. Viche says, support the cause. Appreciate that, Viche's $5. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, let's see what's going on with this Pennsylvania thing, and then we're going to get back to the main news.
The York Daily Record just put out an article. I'm going to get this up, indicating that there is multiple fatalities. Not good. Oh, man. This is not good. Not good. Their local.
Great commentary. Okay, bro. It's the problem with retards sometimes. All right, let's go ahead and go into Luigi Mangione stuff. I told you guys I want to talk about this. We know that yesterday, 2 of the terrorism charges got thrown out. Okay? Quick little recap on who this guy is. As you guys remember, your boy Luigi Mangione, right? At the end of last year, or the beginning of this year, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was either December of last year or January of this year, Luigi Mangione went to New York City, stalked this fucking, the head of United Healthcare, shot him in the back of the head with a fucking ghost gun, okay, multiple times, and ran off. NYPD was able to track him down through cameras, records. I think he took like a Greyhound bus and left the city. He took a couple cabs, etc. They were able to figure out who he was. They identified him, and they ended up arresting him at a McDonald's somewhere in rural Pennsylvania, right? They flew him back to New York City. Mayor Adams showed up with a bunch of NYPD. It was like a fucking huge perp walk, because you guys know NYPD, I've told y'all before, they're fucking super cloud chasers. They take him, perp walk him, and he ended up getting charged. A week or two later, FBI also charges him for stalking, murder, and I think he might have gotten a terrorism charge, even if I'm not mistaken. And I know that he got a state charge of terrorism. All right? So yesterday, fast forward, as you guys know, he's been going through the judicial proceedings. Another important thing that you guys should know about this guy. This guy has been getting a lot of female attention, okay? We're talking about thousands of love notes while he was incarcerated, awaiting going to trial, okay? And he also got like $1 million plus on his GoFundMe, all right? Italian kid, white guy, Chad, pause, okay? And we got to see the beginning of the romanticization of Democrat / left-wing violence, okay? Obviously, Luigi Mangione's murder of the United Healthcare CEO was political, because when he murdered the CEO, there were things etched into the bullets, okay? Delay, depose, deny, if I'm not mistaken. And this was a statement about the current healthcare system that we have in the United States, okay? And basically his thing was like, hey, people die, people get denied insurance claims, which I understand his grievance. We do have a fucked up healthcare system in America, but gunning down the CEO of United Healthcare is not the way to impose change. But leftists and stupid bitches thought this is so awesome. So we got women lining up at this guy's court hearings all the time. And he got a bunch of money given to his legal fund, all right? And if I'm not mistaken, Diddy's lawyer's wife is Luigi Mangione's lawyer, okay? And she went ahead and, you know, made a bunch of arguments saying that this is a very politicized case. We got the mayor of New York showing up with a perp walk. It's creating, you know, a bunch of issues. It's creating this, you know, appearance of guilt. He's not going to get a fair trial, blah, blah, blah. Which, you know, she's doing what she's doing as a lawyer, right? Whatever. But here's the bottom line. This was the beginning, I would say, of like romanticized leftist violence, okay? And this is actually what I feared, because I called it back then that when this guy killed him and all these liberals got super excited and were fucking lining up saying justice for Luigi, wearing fucking green hats and shit, I was like, okay, this is not good. This is going to inspire other idiots to conduct political violence, right, to send a message across. And we fast forward, 9 months later, this fucking whack job is lying prone in Utah with a rifle aimed at Charlie Kirk, right? And yesterday, right, just now that you guys understand what the Luigi Mangione case done, why he did it, the praise that he's getting, yesterday, one of my guys, you guys know Chad from Harvard, right? He was helping me cover the Diddy case. He was in the courtroom, okay? He was in the courtroom for Luigi Mangione thing. I'm going to read you verbatim what he texted me. Okay. I'm at the courthouse for Luigi. The judge dropped terrorism charges against Luigi. Everyone cheered and screamed. I said, oh shit, the state charges. He was like, yeah, they were jumping up and down. His supporters went ballistic, lifting up t-shirts, and a bunch of gay black niggas were there. He said he's going to be following it with notes, and he's going to, keep me up, keep in touch with it. But yeah, Luigi Mangione, terrorism charges got dropped, and people were cheering in the fucking courtroom. That's where we are in America. This guy killed a dude, all right? He fucking killed a dude in cold blood, has a family, to send a message. And we got people cheering in a courtroom. Anyway, now that you guys understand the background, give me ones in the chat if you guys understand the background. I hope that summarized everything of where we are. We're going to talk about this now. Give me ones if that all makes sense. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but yes, the feds also opened a case against Luigi Mangione. I went through the criminal complaint on that one before. I could pull it up again if you guys want. All right, awesome. Glad that you guys understand. I know a lot of you guys know about this case already, but there's a lot of people here that don't follow the news or don't keep up. So we have to go back, summarize it, and then, you know what I'm saying? Bring them up to speed. Some bitch ass nigga said, why'd you flee your homeland? I was born here, bitch. Get the fuck out of my chat. I could tell you're definitely FBA. Yo, I will never understand. Bro, real talk. All you FBA niggas that come over here, why do you guys watch my content? Why are you guys here? Why the fuck are you niggas here, bro? I don't want you monkeys over here. That ass. This is a Klan rally. All right? We don't want you niggas here. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck? It's like you fucking idiots. Like you guys are like gnats. Can't avoid you niggas. I just be like smacking myself and shit. Why do you niggas come over here? Why? Oh, I know why. I know why. Because your fucking Lord and Savior, Jurik Nixid, is retarded, doesn't add no fucking value, doesn't teach you dumbass niggas nothing. All he does is cry about white supremacy, complain about why you guys don't got reparations, complain about slavery 200 plus years later, complain about systemic racism, which isn't real, it's a scam. That's why. Why are you dumbass niggas over here? None of us go watch Tariq Nasheed. Why are you niggas coming over here? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Holy, man, you niggas are annoying. You guys are like fucking gnats, bro. Come in here saying some dumb shit about why'd you run from your homeland. When I was born in the United States, I got one fucking passport. And honestly, real talk, for all you FBA niggas, right? You're a foundationally black American. How does it feel to know your family been here for what? 7 generations? You could trace yourself to a fucking slave, but you got $7 in your fucking bank account, nigga. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Who the fuck is this? Explain that to me, bro. How you been here for 7 generations and you got $7 in your account and you got this fucking tether, as you would say, that's way more successful than you, speaks your language better than you, still can speak Arabic, got a college degree, immigrant parents, they fled their country, right? Still doing better than you. Fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. Your dumb monkey ass over here donating to Tariq Nasheed. As he's grifting you stupid ass niggas, telling that you guys are victims, that you should be going to a historically black college. By the way, you ain't gonna get a job after that shit. FYI. Telling you that everyone's a suspected white supremacist, that they're all out to get you, that systemic racism is a problem, and that you're selling cocaine because of the CIA. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And all you idiots fall for it like a bunch of fucking retards. Hey, man, you gotta understand, you know, I'm a product of my environment. I sold the crack, you know, because it's a product of my environment. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You niggas never want to take accountability, man. You guys are worse than women. Bitch ass niggas, man, come in here talking all this shit. Why do you guys watch me, bro? But like, I know why. You guys boring after a while listening to dumbass Tariq Nasheed talk about white supremacists all day. Or dumbass Dr. Umar saying you got to pay him $1,000 to have lunch. What the fuck? We was gangs. You niggas are clowns, bro. You guys are fucking clowns. Oh, Myron, well, these white people don't really like you, bro. They would deport you if they can. I don't give a fuck what they want to do. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling the truth. You guys are a bunch of victim-ass, bitch-ass niggas. That's the truth. That's the truth. You sit for white people. Really? I make fun of white niggas all the time. I talk about how they can't control their women. I talk about how they got no fucking dancing skills. How they be simping for these bitches. How they age like milk. But you guys never clip that part, do you? You just clip the part when I hit this. And the reality is, everybody shits on white people. It's not even fun. But nobody makes fun of you niggas. I gotta do it. I gotta be the fucking bad guy. God damn, bro. Niggas are annoying. And then you guys are, here's the other thing too. White supremacists don't come into my chat talking shit. It's you bitch ass niggas that do. Why'd you flee your country? Shut the fuck up. This is your country and you're still poor. The fuck out of here, man. You watermelon felon, you fucking welfare warriors coming in here talking shit to me, talking about you didn't build this country up. We built this country up. Well, let's ask a real question, America. Was a kind really worth it? I don't think so. I don't think so. Every major city in America cooked. Because you motherfuckers. God damn. You Sudanese. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know where Sudan is on a fucking map, dumbass. First generation, speak your language better than you. First generation, still speak another language. First generation, multimillionaire. You, 7th generation, $7 in the account. Holy fuck, you niggas are retarded, bro.
Beware, cause he's out. Finally, he's here for.
And here's the other thing, too. My dog is smarter than y'all niggas. Right? Frank, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Frank is smarter than y'all bitch-ass niggas, bro. Frank, give me a paw. Good job, buddy. But yeah, man, real talk though, all jokes aside, you niggas are annoying, bro. You guys come in my chat, talking all this shit. I don't know why you guys come and watch my content and comment under my shit, as if I even want you niggas in here, right? I should just cut to OSS because you niggas can't afford it. Honestly, that's the best filter to get rid of you niggas. Put a paywall up. Put a paywall up, because you know what? Snap benefits ain't gonna give y'all OSS. Boom, right there. Paywall and shit get you niggas out of here. The people that complain the most about my paywall, it's always a bunch of niggas every time. Hey, son, why you put a paywall, bro? Yo, bum-ass niggas, man, every time. God damn, bro. Go watch Kai Cenat. Go watch your rage. These dumbass niggas that got a fucking vocabulary of 7. Holy shit, man. Go watch AMP, these dumbass niggas, bro. This is a higher IQ shit. Why are you niggas over here? God damn, man. I'd be embarrassed to share the same skin color as you stupid ass monkeys sometimes, man. I would never, ever go tune into someone's live stream that I hated like that. Was the con worth it, America? I don't think so. I don't think so. Holy, these niggas are still crying. Like, could you imagine? How you gonna sit there and say niggas need to pay you for work you never did from niggas that never enslaved you? Makes no sense. Give me my reparations. What are you gonna do with the reparations? Buy some Jordans? Some fucking Hennessy? Some fucking Timbs? Huh? Honestly, give them the reparations. Niggas are gonna spend the money anyway. Fuck it. Give them the 10K. Nike stock, Tim's, stupid designer, fancy restaurants is all going to go up. Jewelry, go ahead, give them the money. It'll stimulate the economy, these stupid ass niggas. God fucking damn, bro. See, the reason why you niggas hate me so much and why you guys constantly pray for my death, you weirdos, because I see you niggas send me death threats every fucking day. The reason why you niggas hate me the most and you guys target me the most is because I tell the truth. You guys can sit there and call me a racist, call me a suspected white supremacist, whatever the fuck you say, a tether, an Arab, whatever, but you motherfuckers can never call me a liar, all right? All you welfare recipients, you SNAP soldiers, you fucking watermelon felons, EBT entrepreneurs, okay? Fried chicken connoisseurs, cut crusaders, all you niggas, you can never call me a fucking liar. And you guys hate me because I tell the truth and I look like you and I can say all the dirty truths about you motherfuckers. That's why your fucking cult leader, Jurik Nixid, who by the way is married to which like fits the meme perfectly, by the way, because we all know that's what them niggas do is start race wars. Because obviously Tariq Nasheed is going to start a race war because his wife is dead ass. Look it up. He probably don't want you to know that part, does he? And then you dumbass niggas sitting here giving him money for his dumbass museum or Dr. Umar's school. Come on, man. That's why these niggas hate me so much because I tell the truth, bro. I tell the fucking truth. Last time I debated Tariq Nasheed, I embarrassed his dumbass. Oh, well, you know, whites and blacks are, what he said, the argument basically was this. This is where I cooked him. I said, yo, are Jews and whites the same? Yeah, they're the same. Oh, really? Okay. I want you to go ahead and go on stream tomorrow and talk about them boys. This nigga, bro.
Nope.
Oh, why not? You ain't gonna make me crash out. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out. This dude's a grifter, bro. Race hustler, grifter. Anyway, we done cooking these monkeys for a little bit. Well, hold on, one more chance. One more time.
Performance for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you wanna clap. As we take you through this monkey rap.
That's you FBI niggas, man. That's you guys. You niggas hate me because I tell the truth about you motherfuckers. All right, let's get to Luigi Mangione. I'm done roasting these niggas.
A judge has dismissed terrorism charges against the suspect in the United Healthcare CEO murder case. That suspect appeared in a Manhattan courtroom for the first time in months, where the judge dismissed 2 counts of murder as a crime of terrorism, but the rest of the indictment remains, including second-degree murder charges. And that suspect has pleaded not guilty. Let's bring in ABC Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky, who was inside the courtroom, and ABC legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer for more analysis. Aaron, what's the latest here?
Luigi Mangione came and went from a quick...
Look, bro, you can hear them cheering in the back.
...quick hearing here at court, and the judge from the bench issued a ruling dismissing charges of murder as a crime of terrorism. Judge Gregory Caro said, Diane, that the prosecutors presented sufficient evidence.
Now, what I might say is that what might happen, Chad, is this. The feds might come in and do a terrorism charge instead. That might be why they're dropping it, but we'll see.
Evidence that the defendant murdered United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in a premeditated and calculated execution. But the judge said that...
Yes, I did. Someone asked me if I agreed with Charlie Kirk's takes. Yes, I did. The only thing that me and Charlie Kirk disagreed with was Israel. That was really the main thing that me and Charlie disagreed on was Israel. And then obviously dealing with women too. Obviously, because, you know, a lot of these, you know, Christian influencers, you know, be simping for these chicks. So, yeah.
Does not mean the defendant did so with terroristic intent. So Luigi Mangione is still going to face second-degree murder charges that could get him life in prison, but the judge did not find that there was an enhancement of terrorism that was...
Okay, of course, one dumbass monkey in here says 37% of SNAP goes to white people. Yeah, white people are the majority, retard. They're the majority. So, of course, yeah, it's going to go mostly to them. That does not account for the fact, though, that blacks are a minority and still have an overrepresentation in other situations that are negative, like violent crime, for example. Retard. Holy, yo, do you monkey niggas? Yo, do you guys understand per capita? Do you guys understand percentage? Like, do you guys understand, like, representation, you stupid fucking idiots? Holy shit, you niggas are dumb. 37% still are white. Yeah, but they're the majority of the country, retard. You niggas are 13% of the population. What the fuck? Damn, niggas are stupid, bro.
Was warranted here because he said the evidence just didn't support it. Prosecutors with the Manhattan DA's office believe that Mangione's writings that were allegedly found in a notebook he was carrying in a backpack after his arrest in Altoona, Pennsylvania, pointed to the idea that Mangione wanted to influence others. So they believed this terrorism enhancement was satisfied, but the judge disagreed. So Mangione is still going to be facing these murder charges that accuse him of intentionally killing Brian Thompson, but absent that terroristic enhancement. So it is a win for the defense. The case is slightly narrowed, and he's due back here now December 1st.
Brian, what do you make of the judge's logic here? Why aren't those writings enough to show that this was more than just about killing Brian Thompson, but it was also about spreading a larger message and scaring other people?
So as someone who's practiced in New York for over a decade now and has actually litigated against this statute of terrorism, I think it does make sense. And this is why, and I'll break it down this way. There are three different ways in which you can affect terrorism, two of which apply to the government, either influencing a policy of the government by intimidation or affecting the conduct of a unit of government by murder. That doesn't apply here. What both the defense and prosecution were focusing on, the one aspect of to intimidate or coerce a civilian population. And while the writings are...
guys, Luigi's 100% the fucking shooter, bro. Like 100%. They got a manifesto. They caught him with a gun. They got him on the surveillance footage. That boy was a shooter, bro.
A part of this case. I think if Luigi Mangione had publicized those writings and told the civilian population to try to coerce him, says, I'm going to do this for this reason because I want United Healthcare to do X, Y, and Z. I think that would have been terrorism. The way that the government argued this in saying that, well, because there was a murder of an individual that has a certain policy based on his employment, it's clear that the individual, being Luigi Mangione, was trying to influence the population. And the judge made the analogy and said, no, murders throughout the city, throughout the country, that can terrorize people. It can make them frightened. But it doesn't mean that the person who's committing that murder is trying to influence them for that basis. And there was not that information in the grand jury. So I think the judge's ruling makes sense here.
And I know this differs state by state. So saying he is still charged with second-degree murder doesn't mean that they don't think this was premeditated.
Oh, this is absolutely premeditated from the eyes of the judge in terms of this ruling. Second-degree murder is when you have a premeditated murder of an individual. As Aaron Katursky pointed out, he's facing up to life in prison, 15 years to life in fact. But in terms of his intent was to kill the CEO of United Healthcare, at least based on the grand jury results and the findings of the court. It was not to influence or coerce the civilian population for some sort of policy change. That's what the judge is making a distinction here.
Brian, his lawyers were hoping the judge would go farther here and also dismiss state charges based on double jeopardy because he also has a federal child. The judge didn't go for that and also didn't set a trial date at this hearing. So what happens next?
Well, what's next is Luigi Mangione is going to be back in court on December 1st. The judge still has a couple of other rulings to make, including setting a trial date, but also to decide a defense motion as to whether prosecutors violated Mangione's HIPAA rights when they accessed some of his medical records through a subpoena. The judge said he was not ruling on the legality of the subpoena, but he told prosecutors they couldn't use any evidence collected from his insurance company, Aetna. Prosecutors said there wasn't much they were after anyway. But Mangione is also due back in court in December. Across the way in federal court, that's where he's facing the possibility of the death penalty if he's convicted of federal charges. And I think the defense is going to try and argue that the federal case should go first because it has the more serious potential outcome. They'd like to focus there. But I don't think this judge or the prosecutors with the Manhattan DA's office are going to give up so easily on trying him in state court for a murder that occurred on the streets of Manhattan.
All right, Aaron Katursky, Brian Buckmeyer, thank you both.
A huge update in the Luigi Mangione case. A New York judge seemingly sided with the defense and dismissed 2 of his charges related to the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thomas.
All right, this thing was being slow. Sorry. Okay. Someone said go walk my dog. He already got walked before he came here, bitch ass nigga. So this was the full back and forth with Skiff. Let me read some of these chats real quick. Dark Knight Majin says, fuck YouTube, time to time them out. Yeah, I've been on here for like 4 hours now. I might get off YouTube very soon. Guys, do me a favor, smash the like button on YouTube. Smash that like button for me, guys. Let's get to 4,000 likes. And then I think it's time to start cooking. Martel says, check out Project Nimbus that Israel is starting. What is that? /GoryPro/ thank you. Please react to the UFO hearing. I don't know if we have time for that. Yo, Myron, who would win a war between the cartels and the extremist terrorists? You and Tate got to follow the Charlie Kirk legacy. Well, look, here's the thing, man. The main thing that me and him disagree with is, I think, look, obviously, I understand religion's importance in people's lives, but the problem is that religion is not adapted to female nature in 2025 and modern women in general, how they move. And then obviously you guys know how I feel about Israel, which obviously Turning Point USA was super supportive of Israel. But I do think that Charlie was starting to get red-pilled on them. I do think that Charlie was starting to see the light a bit on Israel. But, he was tragically taken away from us before you could see the full turning. Jen F says, Myron, we need you to go to Luigi Mangione's trial. Yeah, I probably will. Yeah, if he goes, I probably will go to that trial. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Mikey says, yeah, a lot of people support. Yeah, a lot of dudes in the alphabet community support Luigi Mangione. Yeah. Red Pill Factory. Fresh keeps stating that something big is happening next year. Can you expand on what he means by that? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Now you gotta ask him. Ellen says, fuck the FBI niggas. Yeah, bro, they're annoying. Alan says them, yep. SS Dom says, Myron, the Flynn effect in 1975 raised the IQ limit from 75 to 85. Yeah, bro, a lot of these niggas are walking around, they don't even know they're retarded. For your Red Pill lessons, please watch VM, okay. You know what, I'll get this little clip here on TikTok for you. It's Red Pill shit, so okay, we do gotta cover a little bit of Red Pill. Guys, get ready to switch over to, Rumble and Kick here soon. All right, shout out Grill of Mine for the ZQL for giving us legendary streams lately. No worries. I don't take no ZQL. Bluffkin says, yo, Myron, check out this video. Shows that Tyler Robinson was not the shooter. The shot was fired by someone else. Bro. All right, we're going to cover the Charlie Kirk shooting earlier as well. Bro, I'm a black, Alan says, bro, I'm a black American and them FBI niggas are the worst. FBI niggas need to talk about why 1 in 3 black people are impoverished and they need to fix that issue first, bitch ass niggas, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Alan, dude, I love you, man. We need more smart, higher IQ individuals like yourself, bro, to lead these communities. I'm telling you, bro. We need guys like you that are willing to go like, hey, I'm one of you. You need to stop fucking crying. Because here's the problem with the FBI community. You guys want to know the truth about why these niggas are never going to get ahead? Here's a cold hard reality. They don't value the opinion or the take of anyone else that isn't like them. Okay? So in other words, you need to be like them for them to take your opinion seriously. They don't think that you qualify to speak on their issues unless you're one of them, which is a retarded take. Absolutely stupid. But that's how they look at it. You ain't one of us, so your opinion don't matter. All right, motherfucker. All right, bro. That's why I don't even bother talking to these niggas no more, bro. So, Alan, guys like you are the future, bro. If you even want to deal with that bullshit. Most of you guys don't want to deal with it, which I get it, bro. I don't blame you. /GoryPro/ thank you. Benjamin Netanyahu says, this nigga Joker 999 is the biggest FBA in the OSS chat. Oh, well. Candace and Black's Blumenthal say that Israel had a hand in Charlie's murder, and Nick was saying yesterday that they have some evidence but are refusing to produce it. What are your thoughts on this? I say produce it. Actually, matter of fact, when does Candace go live? Let me see here. I think she's probably going to go live soon, right? Does she go live around? Yeah, she's going live at 5. Who ordered the hit on Charlie Kirk? Yeah, 5 o'clock. We'll watch it together then, chat. Okay. Maggie says, please watch the video on my last donation. It is absolutely golden red pill content. Some 304 shaking ass on our wedding day. Yeah, I have it ready to go. 392Q. Yo, Myron, I don't know if you covered Destiny getting banned off Twitch. He was trolling you guys, bro. Destiny's been banned off Twitch for years, bro. You guys fell for it. Myron, Kash just resigned. Trump will call you for this 4-year position. $500,000 a year, income tax free, $6 million US gift from the ADL, a guided trip to Kiss the Wall, along with Patrick Shinbet David, for a 20-year-old virgin, bombshell Muslim Israeli, just for you. But you need to pause talking smack about Israel on your channels. Take it or leave it. Please don't cap. I wouldn't take it, bro. What the fuck? I would not take it. That's easy. No, thank you. I've already lost millions for speaking. Bro, you guys know how much money I've lost already? There's no fucking way. Like, dude, I've already lost millions. It's over. I'm not backing out now. The fuck? How did Luigi know where the CEO would be? He stalked him. I says, can't relax. Yep, you definitely can't relax around him. Nightly Wisdom, W Show checking in. Sure. Fitness says, Tariq Jushid, complain. Kiss my half Asian ass. Yep, facts. Your boy Lem, making fun of them. Demetrius, WBNN Awakening is here. What is this? You gave me a TikTok clip? Jigaboo Jones says, yo, Myron, thank God I had a strong father growing up. Otherwise, I might have ended up like the FBAs. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Niggas are on some bullshit, man. All right. Okay, guys. I think it's that time, ninjas. Okay. I think it's time to get off YouTube. All right. I think it's time to get off YouTube. Okay. It's time to cook. I want you guys to come on over to Rumble. All right. It's real nigga time now. It is real nigga time. Because I want to cook a little bit, and I can't cook when I'm on YouTube to the same degree, unfortunately. So you guys can either jump on over to Rumble or Kick. Because I want to cook a little. Rumble or Kick, guys. I'm going to give you guys both links. Okay. Or you guys can join and jump on Kick. Gave y'all 4 hours on YouTube. I don't want to hear no complaints. It's more than fair. Nobody else would do that, by the way. Nobody else would even come close. There's both links for you guys. Pinning it at the top. It's that time, nigga.